So it's been a little bit, but the
yeah,
gang's
where
back
did we
together.
leave off?
Yeah, so I think we're going to start off with a little bit of a extended recap just for both our benefit and for the audience's benefit. So the party has been in the city of Gracklestug for a little bit. After having escaped from the Drow in Velkenvale, after being first in prison there, they made their way to the deep-known city of Blingenstone, found the Sun Sword Dawnbringer, a sentient sun sword that is currently being wielded by Taston. The party did some things in Blingenstone. That was a bunch of sessions ago, probably actually about 10 or 15. It's been a little bit. But essentially helped the deep gnomes out of some predicaments, namely killing an individual who was trying to rouse one of the demon lords, Jubilix, the demon lord of slime and ooze and all sorts of nice things like that. So they spent some time there, help cure some were-rats, such as it is. Left it in probably a better situation than it used to be in, for sure. There's still some stuff going on there, but it is what it is, and they left in peace. And they're currently in Gracklestug now, the city of Blades, the Duragar, the deep dwarf city. One that is very Spartan, very bureaucratic, maybe to a fault, but still one of the mighty bastions of commerce and military might in the Underdark. It was very busy when they arrived here. And as they entered and started doing some exploring around, they arrived here with one of the Deep Gnome caravans, by the way. They found that all exiting trade, as a matter of fact, all traffic in general, had been stopped by edict of the Deep King. Not really sure what exactly is going on with that. It seems to be very unusual to most of the residents and the merchants there, but apparently the Deep King has been making a bunch of very questionable decisions, more towards authoritarian decisions to try and keep a crackdown on the city, which is currently having a problem or not a problem with demons. There seems to be a lot of secret police forces out trying to silence any mention of demons and investigate any rumors of that, which I believe it was Mark. Yes, Mark, who had a first-hand dealing with that, correct? Yeah.
Unmuted. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. But there wasn't much that he really could tell that was incriminating or anything at all, and he was let shortly go. Meanwhile, Liam found a writ for him all ready to go at the city, which gave him quote-unquote proper citizenship and ability to move pretty much freely throughout the city, which he has been using quite extensively. They do have in their company an orc named Ront, who was one of the original prisoners, who accompanied them throughout most of their adventures so far. They have the intelligent gelatinous cube, which they found in...
Intelligent, though?
Well, sentient.
Okay.
Yeah. High intelligence, low wisdom, kind of a situation here. Who seems to have been brought to life by some of the demonic energies that are around the Underdark. It has been accompanying them and just trying to figure out what's been going on there. They have a prisoner / not prisoner of a drow named Asha Vandre.
Oh, right.
Who seems to be very bipolar. But was recently seemingly cured of some madness and afflictions by Dawnbringer, and Drow love being cured by Holy Sun Sword, so she took that rather well. But currently assisting the party for the moment, due to really not having a place to go back to because she'll probably just be killed instantly anyway, because she is a huge old failure. And there used to be some caravan members, but they seem to have been captured by some sort of cult, or they were, rather, a cult to Demogorgon, which was summarily attacked and very much wiped out of the under tunnels below Gracklestug as the party was searching for them and some of their lost belongings. They met a crazy former party member who was then slain, and found something interesting underneath the tunnels, a dragon egg that they very quickly learned was a replacement, or soon to be replacement, for a larger red dragon, which is used to light the furnaces of Gracklestug. And debating over what to do with that, they took it to a local thieves guild called the Grey Ghosts, who were incredibly excited to learn about this and promised them quite a payoff for this, and perhaps something far, far better if they were to personally assist them in using this egg, and someone on the Council of Lords who assist the Deep King and help rule over the various clans of the city, if they could help them do a little bit of deposing of the current king and putting the person that they're backing in his place, which, given the situation in Gracklestug, maybe might not be the worst option. But that's really where we left off after the egg had been delivered, although still somewhat in the party's possession, at a meetup with the Grey Ghost, and you had just met the so-called leader of the Grey Ghost, an individual, a Duergar named, where are you? I believe it was Narek. Not Nalek, Narek. And that is where we will continue on.
Can I just jump in and say I love how you just glazed over our former party member who turned out to be a freaking serial killer? Like, I'm never
was misunderstood.
That.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That still wigs me out a little bit. Like, if you remember, we were all on board, like, yeah, we're gonna help him, everything's cool, and then it was like, wait, hold up.
Oh, Bupido, yeah. Well,
he helped you get your demonic power.
He did, FYI. Yeah, I know.
How's that sit with you?
That's.
He had his own ideas about how to solve things.
Yeah.
Solve things.
Solve. Yeah, no, that's a word that could be used there.
You sacrifice 50 people, you save 100. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, no, it's just math, man. What's the problem?
It's literally a positive outcome. All right.
Net gains for everybody.
Yep.
Well, almost everybody.
Everything's cool.
He might have been a little bit off his rocker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Oh, Cord's here. Good. By the way, hi, Cord. Hi, Tyron.
But you did have some interactions with some various groups, some social groups in the city. And of course, you've had interactions with the traders. There's a bunch of traders. When I say traders, I mean like Traders, people, merchants, including one that he rescued from the tunnels, a Wirt Salt Baron.
Yeah, I remember that.
The city is currently packed full of merchants and caravans who are not able to leave, so it's a little bit of a cesspit in the merchants area right now. The Duergar, which of course you've met, there is a section of the city for the Darrow, which are kind of smaller Duergar, except not really. There's a history there that I don't think anyone is really 100% aware of, including most renowned historians. But they are they're the underclass, to put it bluntly, of Gracklestug, generally used for manual labor and seen as second-class citizens, and also generally a little bit off their rocker, or so they say. And there is also a couple of emissaries, diplomatic outposts, including several drow houses in the city, which you did get to visit at one point in time. Although this was some sessions ago, it does bear reminding that one of the drow did ask you if you could to try and enact some revenge / hamper one of the Council of Lords, which I think the party pretty much said, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Kind of to that, we're not helping the drow topple some Council of Lords person. But that is still there. All right, so let us review. I'm sorry, did you have something to say?
Not related to the game. I thought you were basically pausing there, so I was going to take advantage of that and just say thank you for those resubs, guys. I, as always, greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Also, as I mentioned in chat, I had to rebuild everything in OBS, so if you notice anything that's off, quiet, too loud, let me know. So, but good to see you all. Thank you for joining us, and it is good to be back. New mic and
Autofocus.
autofocus, yeah. New microphone also, so I'm making sure that's set up. So, all right, continue. Sorry.
All right, so you are currently in an area where you can rest, communicate. You have several, when I say several, I actually mean quite a few, probably about 10 or so that you can see, Durgar and Darrow, who are part of the Grey Ghosts, who are guarding this place, which is mainly consisting of looking out the window and making sure that no one's coming. You're kind of in a southern part of the city. As a matter of fact, it's down here, because we marked it down here, the meeting place. So you're kind of away from everything right now. The scholar who the Grey Ghost brought in has finished examining the egg and said, "No, it appears to be the real deal. Yes, we will. It'll make great use of this." And they communicate back and forth to each other, both Narek and the scholar and a couple other Grey Ghosts. And they don't make any attempt to really hide their plans. They're discussing how they're planning on getting this into their person in the Council of Lords, because they feel the need to try and do this quickly, especially while the Council of Lords is somewhat distrustful and not quite rallied against the Deep King, but it wouldn't take much to tip them over. Narek does say, after a bit of planning and some speculation of what's going to happen, does tell you three that if you wish to assist us, we will at some point in time need to bring this into the palace. So some people of your talents would be quite helpful, especially and he looks at Liam and says, what type of detection in spells can you cast? Can you cast see invisibility by chance? This would be very useful if you can.
No, that's not one of the spells that I know.
But if you're willing to accompany us, as you understand, having someone who can see the invisible is incredibly useful. The palace is stocked entirely with invisible guards. If you are willing to accompany us, we will completely pay for you to scribe this into your spell book.
That sounds like a go, man.
Yeah. Free spell. Free.
Yeah, all right.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
That's.
He says, "No, you
saw
understand.
him again.
We really do not have very many arcane casters among us. It is not something that you encounter among the Grey Ghost. Many of us are outcast or some of the lower caste members of society, and you do not find many wizards amongst them."
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, no, that's
Maybe
I'm trying
you're
not to
willing
go that
accompany
route,
us,
but
I will say this: those who accompany us get a share of the king's treasure, such as we are able to obtain. Right? Obviously, we cannot just go in there and take things, but if our individual is seated on the throne, well, the possibilities are really limitless. Plus, I'm rather tired of some of the edicts here.
I mean, I agree. One thing we could do, instead of like forbidding demonic summoning, we could encourage it, and then demons could be sent to me as part of like a tax situation. They just send demons to me to eat, and that's how they pay their taxes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
okay. Again, it's just
But I'm not going to say no. But let's talk about that.
But no, it's what's wrong with the plan, man? I don't actually say
it's going to be a solid plan B.
I'm
Okay,
just
put a pin in that. We're moving on.
We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
He says, I think one of the first things actually will be to get rid of all this demonic suspicion and nonsense that really has not served our city well at all.
Yeah, there's no demons around here.
Well, I mean, you see demons every now and then, of course, but it is way overboard. It was one of the first edicts that was established, and it really does no good other than just terrify the residents.
I will say, legitimately, that makes sense to me. You don't see an edict shutting down the city because drow exist, right?
No, exactly.
Or illithids or whatever. They're a danger. They're a way of life. We deal with it. We don't just
actually a visible danger, but then someone probably saw an imp in the palace, and oh no, suddenly we're invaded.
Oh my gosh, an imp! How are we going to survive this?
That's not even a demon. That's a devil.
I mean, I doubt they know
straight.
the difference. If we're being honest,
Mm-hmm.
I say derisively.
Yeah, Dawnbringer agrees with you, surprisingly.
Yes, kill them both. Okay, no.
They're both fiends.
Real quick, what level are we right now?
7.
That's what I thought. So, as a reminder, I'm on my old computer. My character sheet's level 5.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be
You've regressed.
making this up a little bit as I go.
I can't find my printout, but luckily I have a saved PDF. So
Nice. Anyways,
Yeah, the cloud keeping that for me.
So I think this is probably a wise decision. I will I'll go ahead and go with them and learn see invisibility or whatever the spell is. So
Yep. You can see the invisible or affect the power, all that sort of good stuff. So it is, and as soon as you say okay, the scholar will start digging around in his pack, and he'll pull out a bunch of scroll tubes and start looking at labels. You notice that they are written in Dwarven, or some mark. You can see that they're spell names basically written on them. And he has a couple, a bunch of detect spells, and a couple of them are see invisibility. So he takes the one that has see invisibility. He pulls out a pouch and measures out a bunch of silver powder, which is a reagent that you have to use to start inscribing this into your spell book, and he hands both of them to you, Liam. This is a spell scroll for learning and silver powder for inscribing. Yeah.
all right.
So this is a second level divination spell. So it will take, you've already got the components here, and it does consume the spell scroll, but it allows you to put it in your spell book instantly after, I think it's just an hour of study and inscribing, right? Because it's half hour per spell level.
And I think with my school, it takes like half as much time.
It's your conjuration, right? Yeah, if it is a conjuration spell, it does. Unfortunately, this is a divination spell. So it's just a normal amount of time.
Okay.
He says, I wish you were divination, otherwise this would be half as expensive. Let's see. Copying the spell into the book. Yep, so you spend, it says, for each level, I'm sorry, I was wrong. For each level it takes 2 hours, so you'll actually be doing this for 4.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's they can wait. They're still doing planning and stuff.
Okay.
Plus, they're not really, adamant on doing it like right this very minute. They still got to find the right time and contact some other people and say, hey, we're actually going to do this sooner and later. Meanwhile, Narek turns to both Morg and Tast and says, so I know that your wizard friend is amenable to coming with us. Of course, if you wished for a share of the premier treasure and maybe the personal favor of the individual we place on the throne, you may come with us as well. Now, I have to admit, we'll have to get a little more creative with two of you, but we will likely need fighting men for this.
I mean,
We always-
obviously. I'm sorry.
No, we always run into trouble of some sort when things, things happen, right?
No. I'm of course I'm going to have my comrades back, and I'm more than happy to try and fix this nonsense that's going around right here. I do have a small question.
Yes.
What do you plan to do with the egg? Are you going to go ahead and hatch it and let the red dragon replace the current one in the smithy area, or what?
So a little bit of that will be up to our individual, and I don't personally know what the outcome will be several weeks down the road. If it was up to me, what I would do is the first step is exposing the Deep King and the Keepers of the Flame by proxy, which is a official branch of the government here, as incompetent. The proof of a dragon egg out in the wild, especially one that is supposed to replace the existing red dragon, will be a major political blow to the Deep King and the Keepers of the Flame. Now, and I'm sure that the council will turn against the king once he presents this as something that the Deep King was not able to hold on to. Now, after that, what will likely happen is, depending on whether or not the current Keepers of the Flame are still in power, there'll probably be some transitions, yada, 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 as things go when a new administration comes in. And probably what will happen is the slaying of the old red dragon, and it will be replaced with the new, younger one that's a lot more easily controllable.
Not only does that sound like something I'm in favor of, but something I could actually help with.
Yes, it will likely be difficult, especially if the Keepers of the Flame are disloyal to the new administration. Needless to say, it won't be good for anyone to have a fully adult red dragon enraged and uncontrolled in here. So
no.
We'll see what happens, right? There's a little bit of this that we're going to have to find out what occurs after the vote of no confidence.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to interrupt Taston. Of course, you have your own thoughts on this one.
No, I'm just wondering about the power that the Keepers of the Flame hold over the Deep King. Does that supersede his own power?
No,
Would it be a better first target than the Deep King?
No, not really. The Keepers of the Flame they're a branch of the government, and they are under the rule of the Deep King, of course. But they're powerful, but there are not very many of them. The advantage that they have is that many of their members are psionic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. It is a Duragard trait that manifests itself sometimes. But they're cowards, to be honest. Most of them are. And if they are told to go away or to fall under the current rule, they'll either flee or they will do what we say. Now, I don't think we'll really need to worry about them too much.
Okay.
And they can't even hold on to a dragon egg and a bunch of cultists grab that. I mean, how much more do I need to say?
So, follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really up on my dragon slaying at this point in time, so we replace the Deep King through vote of no confidence. We get the Order of the Flame in line. Then we kill the old dragon. If I remember correctly, the older the dragon is, the harder it is to kill.
This is true. There's one piece of lore that you are accurate on.
So, do we have a plan, or is this a later Gracklestug problem?
It's kind of a later problem. I have to admit, dragon slaying is not my specialty. Mine is more subterfuge.
Okay.
I can tell you how to run away from the dragon, not how to fight it.
Same.
Mhm.
Okay. I actually turned to Dawnbringer. Do you have any information about dragon slaying, or is that a different type of evil than what you're used to?
Let's make a roll. Oh, she says.
What's a dragon? Oh,
What is a dragon? Who am I? Am I a
she
sword?
might not know, you know.
Because I heard they're vulnerable to damage. No,
oh boy.
no. He says that I have faced down several evil dragons in my history. And this one will fall like all of the rest. But I will say this. Although I will be fully effective against the tough scales of a dragon, I can offer you no protection against its likely incredibly destructive breath weapon.
You mean fire?
Yes.
Ridiculous amounts of fire.
Well, some of them have different types of breath weapons. Red dragons.
Well, yeah, but this
flame.
one is red.
Yes.
Yeah, I was making an assumption. Red dragon was a fire dragon, not as up on my dragon lore as I used to be.
I mean, there is just add those new ones. Sorry.
Yes, there is one thing that has come in useful in the past. Not when I was personally attuned to you, but when fighting creatures such as dragons who are able to supernaturally induce fear. And that is, I can help you overcome it by perhaps controlling you a little bit, so you're not forced to run
Can I
away.
need a little more on that one?
Well, you see, when you are supernaturally affected by something and you are forced to do something outside your normal willpower, I can attempt to supersede that. Now, I will be, in somewhat of control, but it will allow you to keep on fighting and to stand your ground instead of fleeing and likely dying while running away.
Okay.
I would not do this without your permission.
We'll give it once the permission's given. What assurances do I have that you'll relinquish control once the situation has...
I can punch you until she lets go.
No, see, because the way I see this working is like, I give her control, we do the thing, we kill the dragon, and then Dawnbringer immediately uses me to turn around and immediately slay you because
that's actually a really good.
It's like,
Dawnbringer,
really didn't want it to go that way, and I'm like,
like just
there's a fine line between.
Be real with me. Are you going to try to kill me, Dawnbringer? Just be honest.
No. If I wanted to, I would have done so already.
Can I roll sense?
That's not comforting at all.
Is that a thing I can do against a sword?
Yes, you can. He said, in the fight against evil, there are some greater evils that must be slain first, and
must be slain first. I see.
Meaning you're further down the list of top 10.
Eventually, there's going to be a slaying, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Where the hell is my D20? I'm sorry, I'm so disoriented tonight. There it is. Okay, D20. I think my insight's a +3. I think, I don't know, my wisdom's 16, and it might have gone up in the next 2 levels that are in the future.
I cast detect bullshit.
Look, I'm
meter's tagged.
I'm 2 levels lower than I should be. Okay. Anyways, that's a 15 or a 16. Whatever.
Okay. So you incite the sword, and your read on this is that Dawnbringer is just trying to intimidate you, but doesn't really have any real intention on trying to slay you whenever possible.
Okay.
Right? It's almost like a boast than anything else.
You know what? I'll take that. In fact, I'll roll with it, is what I'm going to do. If I have to roll charisma, I can. I'll be like, oh, well, it's if anybody's going to kill me, as long as it's you, or, something like that, that's not a great roll. That's going to be like a 12.
Oh, okay. Well, he says,
around 13.
Oh. As he says, Resh destroyed, If I am to slay you, then your body will be purified, and the demonic taint will leave you.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm starting to think it's a good idea.
Works for me. Okay.
That offer is still on the table. If,
I'm just
not to
saying.
kill you, but to cleanse the
Cleanse
demonic
you.
taint.
Where's? I can't remember the dog's name.
Oh, yeah, big long name. Yes.
Yes, Bob. Where's Bob? Where's Bokar right now?
Actually, where is his token?
It's up here in the upper right. Right next to mine.
Looking at the map.
It's Bren.
Through the
Bren.
stream 30 seconds ago. Yeah, Bren is he's with us, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention him. Yeah, Bren is
we have a celestial dog.
A celestial dog.
Like you do.
And yeah.
I just want to be clear about this, just for anybody who's missing that. I absorb demons and feed on their power, and my companion and ally in this is a celestial dog.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be super clear about that. All right, continue.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just, you look at him and he has that golden retriever look where you just see like the eyes and eyebrows just raise and dart back and forth, like just trying to take in what's going on, but same time not really wanting to get involved.
So he doesn't have anything to say. I just was hoping he would have something to say about the cleansing thing, because he and I need to have a talk at some point about that.
I mean, he gives you a look, but you can kind of tell he doesn't want to try and start anything right now.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, I've once again talked over you. I'm sorry, Teston. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, because it was related to you, so that makes sense. Okay, well, at the time when that happens, do I need to prepare, or is there a ceremony ahead of time, or do I just ahead of time inform you that if things go weird and I seem to lose control, step in and take the initiative, or how does that work?
Yes, if you give me permission, then I will attempt to do so if you so desire.
Okay.
If you feel like it shouldn't happen, then you may feel free to resist, but rest assured, I will only do it in moments where I feel it is gravely needed. Also helps against demonic possession, too.
That would be handy.
Yes. I'm sure you'd rather be possessed by me than a demon.
On the grand scheme of things, yeah. No, I think that's, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, some of us don't have get out of jail free cards like most do.
Wow. That's sick burn. Okay.
Actually, are you at the level where you can get that?
I'm 7, so
you
know the answer to that better than I do.
Yes, you do. Level 7,
Okay.
Stillness of Mind. You can use your action to end one effect on yourself that is causing you to be charmed or frightened.
There you go. That dragon can go suck it.
Yeah,
With an action.
hey, it's a free thing. You're basically charm and frighten proof.
Well, that's nice.
So what you're saying is I need to trade in my celestial for a succubus.
Exactly.
That's the takeaway?
All right.
Okay.
So back to this. All this conversation about possession by various beings is very interesting. But Testin, for your part in this, I don't suppose you are very quiet, are you?
Wearing the chainmail armor, not as such, no. Plus, I'm wielding a large beacon of a sword, so I tend to attract a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the Underdark.
Yes. So I am not going to lie, it would be very useful to have you in there, especially if we are to meet any anyone who may need to be fought. Because I am assuming if that happens, we will be taking wounds and perhaps casualties. So we will. I think we can come up with a plan to escort you in without. You don't have to have the sword lit the entire time, do you?
No, I can have a conversation with I can have a conversation with Dawnbringer, and we can come to an agreement that temporarily, for the sake of the mission, the brilliance of light will shine, but only when we need to go loud.
My fire must not be extinguished.
Well, no, it won't be. It's just need you to about a 3 for a few minutes.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll leave you and the sword to talk.
Yes.
First time I've ever said that before. All right.
Come on, Bragan, where is it?
So you spend some time scribing, Liam. It's going to take some hours to do it. He, and by he, I mean Narek, pulls out a map of the palace and he starts going over it. Let me go ahead and pull it up. White table. Right one.
Bregwin just played the "Oh my" sound effect for the response to "I'll leave you to talk with your sword."
The best part is that works even without anything, no
right.
any intimation. Just you have a sword. You're gonna okay.
Okay. So here's how this is going to go, and this will probably take place. We'll shoot for like 3 or 4 days from now. These are the various levels of the Deep King's Hold. It is very well mapped out. Like the floor plans are available. It's not an issue.
Do me a favor.
Yes.
Oh my God, Braven. And zoom in a bit, Guido, please, so I can see it because I'm still kind of going off of your camera to see the game right now.
Where am I zooming in? Sorry, I was chewing.
That's a good. Which one of these is floor 1?
This is floor 1.
So that one, please. Sorry to be bothered. I'm just a bothered Edward tonight. I'm sorry.
Can you hit your tab so I can see the pointer thing? Third. Thank you.
I say I can't. I'm incapable.
So this is floor 1. This is not where we'll be entering, but it is good for you to know about this. You can see the area where the Council of Lords meets in the center. We will try to do it when they are in session, so they aren't milling around the other rooms, and the guards are mostly centered in the room here. Don't worry about all of this other stuff. It's mainly administrative offices, storage, etc., etc. Only a fool would try and go into every single room and try and obtain things from it. Who would do such a thing?
Who indeed?
I tell you, the palace is very well guarded. So
Long
this is,
rest.
Yeah.
Oh God.
The second floor,
No.
which is the one to the right, is where we will be entering proper. There is a passage
later
on the far end of it, over here, where the chapel is located. And we will be emerging from behind one of the statues there. It is normally very sparsely guarded. People hardly ever come there except to briefly pay respects to the various deities here, and then they leave. We will be making our way through there, all the way to the stairs, which is in the, where are the stairs? I found these earlier on, I promise you. There they are, down here. That's what I was looking for. Over here, which will of course come out on the first floor. And then we will need to make our way to one of the offices, as a matter of fact, this one over here. We will go ahead and put a marking in there so you know where it is. Dook, dook. There is where our individual will be. There are other floors here. There is a third floor where the Deep King himself resides, and of course his personal treasure vault, which is at the very top of the palace. I am very much hoping we will get into there through being invited in by the new Deep King and not through Forest, because otherwise it is very much impossible. Many magical defenses, many mundane defenses, and I don't even know what's inside. I've never been in there before. No one has. But surely nothing will go sideways and cause us to go to any of these other floors. As long as we are able to avoid the guards, which is where we'll be using see invisibility, and either avoid them or incapacitate them, then we'll be fine. There are a total of 50 guards in this entire palace.
I'm sorry, 50?
Yes, 50 guards.
That sounds like a really boring night.
Well, I'm glad you feel it is not quite a challenge, but
no, that I'm sorry, I meant that out of character. Have you ever done combat with like 40 encounter enemies at once? There, because that sucks.
Oh, in this situation, you just have, if all 50 of them for some reason are here and rush you, we'll just call it.
I was gonna say, where do we flip to mass combat? Like, what's the number?
We're dead. Okay.
Okay.
When I say 50 guards, I mean in the entire palace, not in one room. They're not going to clown car out and just
we found the guard room.
You know.
Okay.
And there may be more, maybe less. This is these are the official numbers.
A New Hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
Han charging down.
No, we are not.
And then there's just a room of stormtroopers.
Wall of no, thank you. No
stormtroopers. Okay.
So if there's a Durgar, so just be an empty hangar, and then he screams and turns around. Yes, but of course they will be invisible. They are elite stone guard. You know, the usuals, what you would expect. All right. So aside from that, it's very simple. We drop off the egg. We will let our individual know, and then we will wait in the office while he takes care of things, which I am assuming will proceed rather quickly.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. Now, on the off chance this goes poorly, or for some reason the lords are not willing to immediately call a vote, which I don't see a reason why they would not, then we may need to find a way out because we will not have political protection at that point. But we, in theory, should be able to make our way out the same way we came in. But I don't really foresee that happening unless something very, very strange occurs.
Because that never happens with us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard that everything happens very much on the up and up with your group, so, you know, no worries.
He doesn't know that we almost accidentally gave the egg to the fire dragon in an alternate reality, right?
He doesn't know.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Just make sure.
Right.
Elite fighting force.
Elite fighting force. All right. So as he gives you a few more details on some of the rooms and the guards here. The stone guards are expected to be wearing plate armor, and he describes the guards, and it sounds very much like the infantry that you and the guards that you've met on the street level, except a little more well trained. He does give you the tip that you never need to let them fight side by side. They are extremely well trained in shoulder to shoulder combat. They normally run like a kind of phalanx formation when they're actually like a standing army. At which point he says they're practically unbeatable. But you know, if you can isolate them, they will fall. Just don't let them group up. All right. So some more hours pass. Liam, you get your spell inscribed.
Yay!
Ta-da! So you have See Invisibility in your spell book. And some more gray ghosts start streaming in. You see people who are obviously specialists are starting to arrive and make some more discussions. You're introduced to a female Durgar who seems to be the one who will be leading up this little expedition. She doesn't seem to have any weapons on her, and you are told that she doesn't talk to anyone. She doesn't really seem to want to, but you're told that she is psionic, so expect some weird stuff. And if she tells anyone to take cover or do this or that, she's the one in charge. Purposely no name given.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My general attitude is going to be respectful. You know,
mm-hmm.
I doubt she's even going to acknowledge me.
Yeah, she seems to be very, very much business. Not like she's being purposely cold or rude. Just more like an air of just doesn't really care about anything except the job. Very actually oddly emotionless. Like not like somebody's trying to be emotionless, but just actually is emotionless. You know the difference. And around that time, did you want to take any rest to like redo spells or anything? They explained it's going to be like a couple days probably before this completely comes together. But there really isn't a whole lot more you need to know aside from they need to go out and look at some troop patterns, make some plans, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing that you really need to be involved in. But if you want to take some time to rest, swap out spells, et cetera, you're free to do so.
As a question, and this is more for everyone, not just me.
Mhm.
If we were like, hey, you got any gear for us? How much of an answer would we get to that? I'm admittedly kind of asking you, the GM, a little bit more than I am the people, because I'm sure we could finagle something in lore, but like, is there, do you or does the module have anything prepped for like, here's the gear they will offer the adventurers if asked for aid, you know, something like that?
Well, I mean, it probably depends on what you ask for, to be honest. Like, do you have any +5 weapons? I'm like, what?
Does that even exist in 5th edition? +5?
It does, but it is like an artifact.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, a cloak of displacement would be nice, but that's probably a little bit too high tier.
Yeah, so I'll tell you this: magic stuff is generally especially days before something's going to happen. Is generally we'll see, but probably not. Anything that's mundane or even like technological based, probably yes. Especially if you're going to be going with them, they're going to make sure that they give you some equipment if you want it. So even some of like the Duragar wonders, like repeating crossbows or maybe a pistol. You've seen like those in shops, although those things are really pricey and loud.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, could I have some stealthy clothes? Or hey, could I have a repeating crossbow? Or even like a healing potion or something like that? They'll try to give you what they can give you.
Healing potion might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe if we could just get a round of healing potions for all of us. I mean, okay. I know you can heal, Taston, but...
No, I get it. You want to have that instant gratification.
Look, all I'm saying is I'm not always in the mood for your heals, okay? Sometimes I need just... I'm done.
Wow. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Here's another question. Do you want to take any other party members with you? So you do have Rot and Asha.
No.
Okay.
Like this is sorry, this is a sneaking mission.
Asha's like, I can be stealthy.
I do admit I'm very hesitant to leave our party behind. Every time we do that, bad things happen. But they probably shouldn't come with us. Like, is anyone agree, disagree?
I mean, at a certain level, it's yeah.
What, Ron's been sneaky before?
That's technically true.
Yes.
He doesn't not have the ability to sneak.
That's right. And Globagul doesn't make a lot of noise.
I would actually say if you try and blink Globagul, they'll say no.
But he's right there.
He's the fastest runner we have. Oh,
when we cast fly on him, he's legit. That's all I'm saying.
That is fair. Yeah,
it's our secret weapon.
I mean,
when those 50 guards show up, the Globagul is going to kill them all.
That's true. If you can manage to get him in, it'll be invaluable. But
but no, yeah, I no.
I do not have a problem with leaving the rest of the party back.
Well, quite frankly, we'll need some, at least some group to watch Asha.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Stool and Rumpatump are probably not going to be great babysitters, but I think Ront would do a fairly decent job.
I can watch, make sure nothing silly happens.
Yes.
No silliness.
0 silly at any point in time.
0 silly. No jokes.
Yep.
No, he gets it. He's like, I wouldn't leave her alone with anybody. Okay. He says, I'll just throw her in Glabagool if she misbehaves.
Perfect. Messy, but perfect.
Glabagool says, I've dissolved the drow before. It's fine. I can do it.
Great. It's on board. And somehow on brand.
Yeah. All right. Healing potions. So, do you want anything else? Because they're going to have to send a runner to try and get some of this stuff.
I honestly can't think of anything. Do you guys have anything?
I mean, honestly, the potions idea was probably one of the better ones I've heard. This is like just as a precaution. Equipment wise, I pretty much, it's cliche, but I'm like, I have my faith. I have Dawnbringer, which is probably infinitely better than what I was using before. So between that, I think I'll be good to go with some potions.
Insert Enterprise theme song here.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
Since I haven't been to a market or anything recently, I'd ask for spell components, but it's, in general.
I mean, if there's anything specific like that's gold value that they can try and pick up for you, then just let me know. So I don't know what it would be off the top of my head based on what you have memorized.
Can I get a diamond in case I need to resurrect somebody?
That's not bad, but
you know
It's
what?
also not cheap.
That is a thing. They'll write that down on the list if you mention that. You can...
I actually don't think I can cast that spell yet.
No, I
Revivify?
can't either.
You should be able to revivify at least.
I was to say, I think you have like the bare bones res right now.
This is like the 1 minute res where if they died within a minute, you can res them.
Yeah. I might be misremembering, but I thought you had that.
Yes, I do have that one.
Okay. Because I know that one takes
it's a level 3.
diamonds worth 300 gold, which the spell consumes. That's expensive, but they're going to try and get some of that because they want somebody who can resurrect someone in case they go down.
Okay.
Because that's important. All right. And also the psionicist leader rogue will write a few things down for the runner as well after looking over the group with a bit of a discerning eye.
They need a lot of help.
Yes.
That is a much better version of the faith, Cord. Thank you.
So after you've had Reston had a chance to restock spells, people have been going in and out of this little meeting place. It's turned into like an impromptu staging area. There are more people being brought in who are obviously being suited up for this particular escapade. Duragar and Darrow in plain clothes, not in like the little roguey stuff that a lot of them have been wearing. More that they would be able to like blend in amongst probably like some of the upper crust. You see a few of them have clothing. It looks like it would not be out of place at some, like palace for a servant or something of that sort. So they're obviously trying to put on some sort of disguise. The runner returns with a backpack full of items. Out of it, you get 5 healing potions. You may distribute that as needed.
I'll take one.
Take one.
This is a D8 healing potion, right?
It's regular healing potion, so it's 2d4 plus 2. So slightly better minimum.
Yeah.
You also, let's see, we can roll for this. Testing. They were only able to find a bag of diamonds for one casting of Revivify, but you have it.
Okay.
That's all packaged up. Like so, okay. This is the bag of the diamonds that you need for it. It looks like somebody put several purchases together, so it was a little ramshackle, but there it is.
Awesome.
I'm going to take 2 of those healing potions.
So I guess I'll take the last 2.
Yep.
Yep. They also deliver a scroll to the Psionicist leader, who pockets it away. It is written in Dwarven, but so Mark, you're able to glance and see what the title of it is. It is called Pass Without Trace. And then there's some other instruments that are distributed to some of the other members there. You see some repeating hand crossbows. They seem to be going very, very concealed, small weapons. You see poisons being passed out as well. And they look fairly potent, not your normal basic street poison. And some other various things, ball bearings, caltrops, some picks, all sorts of really nice thief stuff. And the preparations continue to commence. It is beginning to get around to the time of the lighting of the forges. You can hear and feel the heat of the dragon as it's flying overhead, lighting the forges. The city, although it never really stops, seems to roar a little more into its industrious rhythm as the day continues on and the forges are reignited again. There is a bit of a din that seems to be coming from the northern end of the city, like some shouting and whatnot. Like a couple of people or a group of people are not happy with something in particular, although it's a little too far away to make out what it is. Just something that interrupts the normal, not quiet, but the rhythmic and the order of the city a bit. And the dragon finishes his thing and lands again. And there is a slightly odd feeling that passes over what seems to be the entire group here, both Darrow, Duragar, Party, Ront, everyone combined. And it's something that you three have felt before. Quite a while back when you were back in Sloopadoop.
Oh no.
It is just this wave of anger that seems to radiate out from the city. And you notice that all the Duragar and the Darrow kind of stop as if they sense it too. They flinch. And that happens. I would like everybody to make a save. A wisdom saving throw.
My Demogorgon senses tingling. 16.
16? Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Natural 20?
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20. Would you, Mark?
Before I answer, I'm curious what my demon senses are picking up here.
It is...
Oh, actually a 21.
It's more like a heightened sense of... you don't sense a demon per se. It's not like exactly like when Demogorgon was bouncing up on the shore. You're not like, oh, shoot, he's standing outside the window. Nothing like that, or even in the city. It's more like you feel it's like he is very, very far away and shouting, if that makes any sense.
That does, yeah. And that's pretty much exactly why I was asking, because I was really worried that he was right there. And if he was, regardless of the fact that I rolled a 3, by the way, I was going to be like, run! Run, get help, run! But yeah. I think that's actually like a 6 or a 5. It's not great.
All right. Die instantly. Great. Oh, that was a short game.
No, he's got the diamonds. He can
oh, great! I can bring it back. Let's do the check again.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's in the game, and you're like, "All right, I got to revivify," and someone just immediately dies, and you feel like you wasted it.
Oh, dude, I'm that way in Bloodborne and Souls games. It's like I should probably heal. Ugh! Why did I even? Okay, whatever.
Why did you roll a D100 then?
Oh, Jesus! All right, hang on 1 second.
Here it comes.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
The next level.
Let's grab these two on Bahamut. 100.
100.
100.
Okay. That's actually probably one of the better results.
I was going to say, that's either very good or and there's not a lot else that's going to be.
So this sense, so your instincts just kick in with this. You know that your mental defenses have failed, and you need to shut down like immediately before something really terrible happens. So you fall unconscious.
You know what? You know what? I agree. That's one of the least bad ways that could have gone.
Yeah. It's like, you know, something got past your defenses. I gotta wait this out.
Yep. Kathunk. Am I up? Please.
So you notice that Mark actually just like he like flinches, and then he's actually like standing unconscious. Several of the Duragar and Darrow in here, they seem to be affected. One of them starts popping in and out of invisibility. Another one was sitting there explaining some things on the map, and then he just suddenly starts talking in gibberish. Another one suddenly runs out of the door to the surprised looks of several other ones. And then there's just a general wave of fatigue that seems to overtake some of them. You notice that Ront is also like holding his head like he's having some sort of headache. And for Mistral, Asha seems to be following something that also causes you to sneeze, apparently. Asha seems to be following something that's not there in the area, like a cat follows one of those invisible things, like
great,
wandering around in the room. And there is a commotion that almost immediately starts from way north in the city. Liam, you would recognize the sound of multiple explosive evocation effects going off. Probably fireballs, lightning bolts, things like that. And a lot of shouting, and then an alarm almost immediately sounds across the city. A great horn that is being blown. And the Duragar and the Darrow, who are not doing something weird, just kind of give a start. And several of them turn to rush out and see what is going on, with the remaining ones slamming and locking the door behind them. So, meanwhile, Mark, you're unconscious for now. Liam and Hassan, you seem to be able to shake off whatever this demonic wave of nastiness was.
Okay, so now's the perfect time to go to the castle during the chaos, right?
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. The Narek seems to be okay, at least as far as you can tell. He's looking at Mark a little worriedly and says, "Is he going to be okay?" And then he's looking around at some of his companions, and he seems very worried.
I think he's meditating, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Liam, if you want to keep an eye on Merrick, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can help Ront.
Okay.
Yeah. Ront is holding his head. You notice he's trying very hard to look away from you, and you see a tear just coming down his cheek that he's trying to hide.
Ooh. I wonder if that would work.
Oh no, this is how bad plans start.
I mean, you're not wrong, but smelling salts. When someone is,
unconscious.
Right. Prestidigitation. You create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, puff of wind, faint musical notes, or an odd odor.
Okay.
I want to try and create the smelling salts odor in front of Mark.
Okay. So you whip up a bit of prestidigitation and cast it right in front of his face.
Yep.
To produce the scent of it. So Mark, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you another save to get out of this.
Okay, well, surely I could roll better than a 3, right? I could roll worse, but I didn't.
It's a 2.
No, I didn't. This might actually start to matter. I might start to need to figure out what my wisdom save is. But that is either a 14 or a 15.
Okay. So you've retreated back into your own mind for the moment, but then you suddenly sniff this very, very odd odor. And just the fact that realizing you're smelling something just brings you out of it. And Liam, you see Mark, to your perspective, just instantly snap out of it as he seems to actually have focus to his eyes and is conscious again. Mark, you're back. Things seem to have changed a little bit.
What the hell? Okay.
And it smells like smelling salts.
So the first thing I'm going to blurt out is we're under some kind of psychic demonic attack. I'm just going to try and summarize that in as few words as I can.
That's what I was afraid of.
Narek is looking over his troops who seem to be in various stages of either okay or doing something weird. And he looks a bit worried and he says, is this a demonic attack?
And can't you feel it? Can't you see the effects of it?
Well, I can. No, I have not seen anything. Well, I've seen something similar to this, but it did not exactly manifest like this.
Well, unfortunately, we have encountered this before. It's probably following us. We're kind of a bad luck charm. See, we have this terrible status effect called PCs, and
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. And it's about half right. No, I explained to him in brief, super brief. You know, not only the interaction we've had with this board, but I also mentioned to him. I don't know if you remember this, Third, that several sessions ago, I reached out to this dude, and he was like, I'm evil. He had an anger plague, right?
Mm-hmm.
I yanked him back through the portal with me, and we cured him of that, and we helped him out and all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So we've not only seen this in the distant past, we've seen this just like a few days ago at this point, mm-hmm. when we were out adventuring. So I described both incidents to him to kind of give him an idea of what we're talking about here.
You see him thinking, trying to piece some things together, and he says, well, I'm glad you have experience with this. I have to say this may change our plans a little bit.
Sorry.
This may either be the worst time to actually attempt this, or maybe the best time to attempt this. I don't actually know.
There's no middle ground ever.
Yes. Well, if this has affected many of the guards, then we may just walk into the palace. Or it may make it 10 times as dangerous. I really don't know. Do people who come down with this madness plague generally tend to be easily incapacitated? Are they do they have their mental faculties, or are they just rage machines?
Can I describe to him the medical concept? Because I don't remember what it's called actually right now. Of when you ignore your body's natural limitations. And so you're technically stronger and you technically endure more, even though you actually don't. It's just you're ignoring sanity.
He says, drugs.
Yeah. You heard of bath salts?
Yes.
You heard of bath salts? This is...
Yes, you are describing something similar to the Berserker.
Yeah, actually. I don't think about it. Yeah, I'm thinking medical guy. You can tell I'm an idiot.
I see. Well, and about that time, the door comes open again, and those scouts that came out are back. You can tell they have been running. And one of them says, you're not going to believe this, but the Drow are doing some sort of uprising.
Of course they are.
There's a big fight happening in the middle of the city, and the Stern Guard is trying to suppress them. I don't think the Drow are going to win, but I have no idea why they did that. But I guess that's the troops are very distracted right now. If we want to go, this would actually be a very good time.
All right, so in universe, I'm going to say no. Yeah, this sounds like a perfect idea, and I'm 100% on board with it. Out of universe, this is what bad decisions are made of.
Yes.
As Bregwin so elegantly put it, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah. I've been flipping through this book of words, and this says it's a trap.
Make use of the opportunity. Let's go.
And he says, "Abe, this is perfect. There is absolutely no way there cannot be a vote now. The Deep King can't get a hold of his embassies here, plus the Dragon Egg, plus all the edicts. There is no way. They have to be so emotionally charged and on the edge now. They'll be willing to overthrow him for anything. Never let a disaster go to waste."
Words to die by.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this. Is Ront actually okay, or is he just still kind of recovering?
He seems to be recovering. You can tell he is very embarrassed, though. He is trying to cover up the fact that he is crying.
Okay. I'll play it off like I don't notice. Okay, well, we're gonna go. Looks like there's been some sort of uprising. We're being told now is the time to strike, so we will be back, my friend.
You go.
Shaman.
Allergies.
Yeah, there's a lot of mushroom dust around.
All the smog.
Probably
it's
stool.
all the smog.
Yep, smog. It's horrible. Yep, gotta go.
Yep. Well, Asha is just kind of like waves bye-bye. She's like, bye. Watching some random thing happening.
Could you make sure that she doesn't like drown on her own tongue or something, please?
All right. He grabs her on the shoulder and she offers no resistance and then just holds her in the corner.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.
All right. Also, you notice that Stool and Reverend are dancing again. All right. So the Scientist leader approaches you and two others who seem to still have their mental faculties among them. There's one Darrow who seems to have no teeth except for just one sharp one in the middle left. Crazy hair, but seems to be dressed as a servant of some sort. And then there is another Duragar dude who seems to be the muscle. He's covered up. You can tell he's obviously ripped and probably ready to bend somebody in half as soon as things look bad. And she speaks to all of you for the first time and says, "Okay, we'll be doing this quickly and silently. Follow me. We will approach the courtyard."
Again, I jump up and interrupt you. No, we won't.
No, we won't. Why?
No, sorry, out of character.
Oh, okay. She stabs you.
Yeah. New plan, Mark's bleeding.
And then he bends you in half.
Okay.
Right. So without much...
God, my back pain's finally gone. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. He says, "I am a chiropractor." I crack backs of many sorts. So when I say they, I mean she leads you out and immediately takes out the scroll. And you can see she pulls it from the sleeve and then casts a spell from it. And the din of the city, you can still hear some spells and stuff going on, immediately becomes much more muted, as if somebody had put a curtain over your head, although obviously there's nothing there. And you can hear her say something like, "Follow me," although it sounds like she's talking through a very, very thick glass wall almost, where you can see her but just barely hear her. So you seem to have had your footsteps and sounds muted. And as she turns around and moves, you can tell that although she once was making like very light prints on the street, where there's like some bit of dust and stuff, she is no longer leaving any prints. As a matter of fact, nobody in your party is.
Okay.
And
I, just as a side action before we left, I have wrapped Dawnbringer in something that kind of mutes. Do they have an equivalent of blackout curtains where Dawnbringer can be as bright as it wants and it won't matter because it won't shine through?
Yeah, they've got some cloth that can kind of double as that.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, you can just kind of like rip it through. It'll rip the thing, but you can bring it out quickly if you really need to.
But yeah,
or burn it through. I don't know how radiant damage works on cloth. Anyway.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's truly fire.
No, I've heard it described as like radiation almost. So
Great. So now all my hair is going to fall out.
Yeah, that's right.
What hair do I have? Great. Okay, this is all coming true.
All right. So on the way to the hold, there are Duragar in the streets, and they seem to be hurrying back and forth as stone guards are urging people to go back to their homes, as there has been an uprising of, they say it is Drow and possibly Darrow. And there is a lot of stone guards running through the streets heading towards the north. Fortunately, not where you're going, as the Deep King's Hold is right here. So you travel along towards her, and I will need everyone to please make a stealth check as you go along to just kind of blend in. You're at a +10 to this check.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So either natural 20 or 34. Apparently I ceased to exist and just like phased there.
Wow.
Damn,
What a waste of a natural 20.
30, Jesus. I rolled kind of crap, but I have good stealth and I have a +10, so yeah.
I rolled a 5. No, sorry, with a +10, so it's a 15.
I was to say that's still a 15.
Yeah, no,
It's still 15.
This is why we cast this spell.
Yeah, the two of us just fade from existence, and Guido's just I'm right here. What?
Yeah, they rolled like rock stars as well, the other three of them. So they are right along with you. Your party is doing incredibly, but you can tell that nobody sees you because you have to avoid people running into you. And you're just kind of hugging the wall. You do go past the area where the red dragon is. You can see that the keepers of the flame, the ones that you observed before, are holding their posts, but they look rather nervous. Of course, you just quickly dance beyond them, unless you just want to turn around and go into Dragon Slayer, but I'm assuming you don't do that. You move along to the side and up to this pillar here. And although it isn't very evident from where you're looking at it, the psionicist points up at several natural foot and handholds in the pillar and leans in close to everyone and says, "Now we climb up, and this will drop us on the other side of the wall. Follow me."
So how's your climb check, Guido?
About the same as my stealth.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately, there are handholds, so it's not difficult. It's just you have to kind of watch where she grabs and steps, because they're very hidden in this pillar, not really something that you would look for immediately. But you're correct, it is a strength athletics.
Oh. 12.
Oh, wow. With my +0, I got a 17.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually only have a +2 on that, but I rolled an 18, so a natural 20.
Okay, that's Rob. Everyone does phenomenally, actually. Just following her footsteps, so to speak, you're able to climb along the pillar, and the spell seems to be kind of naturally masking you somewhat as you go along here. And you come around the pillar and over about a 10-foot high wall, and you can see into what seems to be a grand courtyard, and it is large, and you see tents and all sorts of military equipment there, but you see not a soul in it. And the scientist leans over her shoulder and she whispers, "This is the courtyard where the stone guard are located. Do not be fooled. There are many there. They are all invisible. It is said that there are over 100 kept standing in the courtyard at all times."
Is this when I need to cast that spell?
You can if you would like.
That seems like more than 50, though.
How long does it last?
An hour.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't sure if I should cast it now or if we're waiting until we get inside or something. Not sure what the plan was.
She says, we are not trying to go into the middle of the courtyard, but I think it would be helpful to have it just in case.
Very well. Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and cast See Invisibility.
Okay. So, and this just grants you normal sight of invisible creatures. So, you see that in this courtyard, there are standing almost in perfect formation. There are 2 rows of Durgar in very heavy armor, standing stock still in lines leading up to the entrance of the palace. They don't seem to really be along the outer edges. They just seem to be there. But you look around and you're like, this is quite a bit more than 100. There's probably at least 200 here. They're just standing ready to cut down anyone who approaches the gates. You do also see on the various turrets and battlements on this palace, and this thing, you've seen the map, but it stands about 3-ish stories high. On the various turrets and battlements on here, you see other Durgar standing stone still, keeping watch around there as well. So all in all, just in the courtyard and watching the courtyard, there's probably about 250 guards watching it. So actually a sizable portion of the standing army here.
I'll relay
don't go
that.
to the gate.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's kill him. No.
It's going to take a while.
She seems to consider for a moment, and she says, "Oh, I see. Contrary to popular belief, the rumors actually underestimate how many there are there. Nonetheless, we'll be avoiding them." And she points to a area that is on the 2nd floor, true enough to the map that you saw. A side of the wall that seems to be fairly nondescript. There is a ledge where a guard is just standing next to what seems to be, now that you look at it, it's like a stone wall, and you're like, well, how did he get up there? And she points to it and says, "That's what our secret door is at. Come." And she clambers along the side of the wall, climbing on top of it, and starts slinking along the top over towards the ledge. All right. As you're going, she asks you, I'm assuming you tell her about the guard that's there.
Yes.
Yes, she says, "One guard, I see." And she thinks for a moment and then asks you, do you have anything that can deal with him silently, or would you prefer that we use our normal methods? Which will kill him, but...
Well, I know fireball and
say subtle
flame.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have?
let's not go big guns outside yet while the entire army can see us.
was thinking fly,
but
it's kind of a waste of a spell.
the Assassin's Creed method.
Yeah.
You could definitely surprise them that way by coming up on them fast, but you do have a path over there at the moment, which is
God. I don't want to waste.
just do not worry about waste. We have poison. If you prefer not to waste spell, we will use poison. Right. Where are you? Where are you? There you
Hope
are.
it's fast acting.
Very fast acting. We'll put them to sleep.
Can I
Alright.
get up there? Because I might be able to not kill him.
Oh yeah, I mean, right now you're under pass without trace. You've been doing well in your checks, and you have somebody who can spot them. It's not difficult to come up behind this ledge, climb up on it, and get next to the guard.
But I have to admit, I'm not actually sure what kind of check it would be to choke or hold, basically, to pull him down.
Oh, I see. It will definitely be an athletics check to do a hold like that.
Okay. I think I won't risk it. I'm sorry, dude. He can die.
Okay.
We need to not get caught right now.
Yes. So she puts her hand up behind her and makes a motion, and the Darrow reaches into his pants and pulls out this little hand crossbow. He dips it. He pulls out a little bottle and he dips a bolt in it, and then this like black sludgy, nasty stuff is deposited on the end of it, and then he puts it in the hand crossbow and hands it to her. And you can see that she looks at him and takes a deep breath while aiming the hand crossbow. And Liam, you just have the small sense of some sort of spell effect being cast on her, although it seems to have had no components. You're guessing this is the psionic stuff at work. But as soon as that appears in her, you can see that her hand immediately just becomes like rock solid, and something seems to be almost guiding her aim as she makes a shot at him. And completely misses. No, just kidding. She hits.
Sweet.
Well, time to fight 200 and
Yeah, as it just slowly
guards.
arcs into the courtyard with
Yeah,
all
it just
the
clink.
So
And it's
tink,
like,
tink, tink, tink.
oh,
Here.
okay, that's great. Yeah, and yeah, you just hear the aggro sound.
Oh, no.
just over and over.
Just unendingly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah,
I did legit roll for
yeah.
it. So, all right.
I could just see Third doing the roll and then checking the dice and saying, "Yeah, she makes it. She totally made it."
If it makes you feel any worse, if I did have advantage, that might have sucked.
Oh God, what was the other roll? If you don't mind my
Well,
asking?
one of them was a 16 dice, and the other was a 14 dice, which is more than enough to hit them at that
Okay.
point. But
Yeah.
especially with this little psionic action here. All right, so it strikes, and on the side of the neck, as a matter of fact, it just gets past the armor, which is heavy, but it still has some spaces for the bolt to edge in. And we're going to do a little bit of rolling here. Now, being a dwarf, Mark, what do you know about dwarven resilience to poison?
Well, I don't remember how it works in 5th edition.
Well, dwarves, including Duragar, have advantage in saving throws against poison. And they are also resistant to damage against it, which is why this one's a little more potent. There you are. So, I'm going to have to roll a bunch of dice. Okay, it doesn't matter if he's resistant or not at this point. All right, so it strikes him in the neck, and you can see that, like, almost instantly, just this nasty bit of necrotizing flesh and just black veins just streak out from the point of contact. This is like the fastest acting poison you have ever seen. The Durgard doesn't even get a chance to like make an emotion before it just completely shuts down and then hits and slumps to the side. And that's that. And the Diro turns back and says, that was a 500 gold shot right there.
That was horrifying. Okay.
Can I roll to mask how messed up that bothers me? Because can I take that back and decide not to roll a 2 on that check? Is that a thing I could do? Please. Sure. Okay, I didn't roll a 2 on that. I'm cool. I'm cool with you murdering that guy.
Well, just like how deadly efficient, like poison doesn't need the heart. It's just gonna kill you instantly.
No, yeah,
it's skip the whole circulatory system. It's just, it's a binary poison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are 2 states: being alive and then this.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. This is. You have to go to great.
How much damage does it do?
Yeah, top tier only.
It does 12d6 poison damage.
Jeez. Oh my God.
Wow. If you save, it's half as much damage.
Infinite double damage. Okay.
This stuff is stupid expensive, but it will make you rich if you're able to get this. All right. So he's gone. And so she hands the hand crosser back to the Diro, who looks very pleased with himself, smiling with his one little tooth. And he secrets it back away. And suddenly the guard dogs are calling you. You hear them coming.
No!
Sorry about that.
No, and she hops up on the ledge, looks around for a second, and presses against the wall, and it starts to slide slightly open. And she gestures for everyone to come on in.
All right.
All right.
Follow. Yep. Follow in.
There's Liam. That's Rump It Up. We don't want Rump It Up. There we go. I thought I saw Dawnbringer sticking out of the board over there. Where's Mark? All right. So you emerge in a Durgar chapel, which you probably have never seen before because they don't seem to be very, they're very low-key religious, it seems, but this is a very, very decked out chapel. There are what are quite obviously continual light sources, just smokelessly emanating light across this very, very Spartan, but still nice looking chapel area. There's 2 dwarven figures here. They seem to be Durgar deities of some sort, although they're not the typical dwarves that you would expect them to be. Like, there's not Murd in there or anything like that. And you see some offerings to them that have been placed neatly in like rows in front of them, where it looks like someone has almost just taken bits of coinage and gems and just arranged them in neat little rows and columns in front of them. And there doesn't seem to be anyone in here at the moment. And Liam, of course, you can confirm there's no one invisible in here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And let me go grab sub for some figures for these people. Oops, I almost grabbed the drow. That wasn't right. 0, 0. All right, ignore the titles on these. These are just the default titles. Doesn't actually mean they are what they are. Oops. There's Poison Master. All right. So she points to the door at the far end and says, that's where we need to go first. Hopefully, we won't encounter anything too difficult, Liam. Let us know the first time you see anything.
Very well.
As a matter of fact, Liam, it might be good for you to go first and let us know what we're up against.
Sure. That sounds like
Yeah.
a good plan.
Send the
That's-
tank.
How many times have we said that this very session? Have we been keeping a track?
It's worked out so far.
Yeah. Drink another one.
Yeah. Take everyone. You know what? Yeah. Take a drink. Take a drink.
So in here, this place actually smells quite nice. It seems like someone has been putting some nice.
Hold on a second.
30 seconds.
Oh. Well,
I'm gonna have to swap that one out.
Just keep playing it over and over and over again. Let me know when.
Yeah, it's done.
Is it done?
It's done.
Yeah, say, dun,
Right.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's sweet smelling fragrances around. You do hear there's still like the din of battle like way outside, although it's very muted now. You do hear some movement like of metal against metal boots, probably from a couple rooms away. And the only reason is it sounds like somebody's running, and it just lasts for like a brief moment before they pass by. And after that, nothing. And there is also a door here, but as you know from the map, that leads up, which may be which you would go. I don't know. But Liam?
Sorry, I'm fixing something.
Okay, no, that's fine.
He bumbles into the person right in front of him. And he's invisible too. So both people are just really confused. There's just this moment of
Right. There's just two invisible people trying to fight each other. It's really awful.
it's all right. Roll to
Super
hit.
boring to watch.
All right, roll to hit. All right,
Mhm.
roll to hit. All right, roll to hit. All right, roll to hit. All right, roll to hit.
Darth, yes, and that's what I was just fixing. So, okay, sorry. What was your question? Third.
I just said the psionicist has offered for you to lead the way a little bit so you can try and spot invisible things
yeah.
before they run into it.
Like I was saying earlier, this sounds like a great idea.
Right.
I'm confident nothing is gonna go wrong. What do I need to roll on that?
Well, depends on where you want to look at first. You can see that there are, you know the layout, so it's just revealed, but you know that there are two side rooms here, and the door that you're intending to go towards is right here.
I'll turn to the party, and I don't think we should do any unnecessary exploring.
Critical path.
But there's loot.
Critical path.
There that says, but there could be some things that we could
There could be
nab on
some
the
loot.
way.
I'm just saying. You know what? I got good stealth. You want me to check like one room?
Like
Literally
right now?
just one room. Just pick a room,
So
and that'll be the room at some point. Not right now. That I go and check out.
It's your one free room scout pass.
I know,
Yes.
yeah.
Look, you only get one per adventure. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how this works.
go ahead
Okay.
and
Lose it.
listen at the door, just to make sure that that there's nothing.
All right, so someone other than me pick a door, and I'll.
You take the left, I'll take the right.
Okay. So, what do you want from me first, third?
It is a straight up perception if you're just doing some listening.
Oh, thank God I rolled well. That's going to be a 20 something
Oh, okay.
because it's
You
wisdom based. I
hear-
still don't know what my wisdom is.
You hear very, very, very faintly what sounds like someone muttering in Dwarven on the other side of the room with an obvious Duragar accent to it. It sounds like a prayer. They are praying to, you can make out like crafting and that sort of stuff, probably somebody praying to some god of crafting.
I'm going to try to memorize a little bit of it, just a little bit,
Okay.
and then kind of sneak back to Taston and recite it to him
Mhm.
and say, do you recognize any of this? Is any of this ringing any bells?
So you can make a religion check with advantage.
Okay. It's 19
Hmm.
and 17. So 19.
Okay. Yeah, so you recognize this as one of the big Duergar deities. As a matter of fact, you look at one of the statues behind you, and you're like, okay, I think that's who he was praying to. This is the Grey Protector, also known as Ladagra, and he is a Duergar deity, evil, but one of the chief Duergar deities, and also known as like a master of crafts. So it makes sense that somebody would be saying a prayer to this particular deity here. Definitely not a very good dude, though. Like, not at all.
Noted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and relay. We're avoiding that door.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
And by now, Liam has finished his door in the past.
I rolled a 13.
13. All right. You don't hear anything of note on the other side of that other door.
This one's empty.
You can try that one. Here, you know what? I'll do it. So I'm gonna go. I want to super stealthily creak it open, and if it gets to the point of creaking, if someone hasn't been oiling these hinges, I'm gonna stop immediately.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is that Scion will follow everybody, so that aura of silentness, stealthiness, because it's a radius, is applied to you when you are doing this. So you'll get a +10 to your stealth check.
Yeah. Okay. So
This spell's broken.
I roll really, really well.
Okay.
So that's a 36.
Wow. So the door vanishes from existence silently.
Wow.
It never was there.
Yeah,
check
I
this out, check this out.
retroactively. Yeah, no, it's gone. Okay, so what do I behold?
Well, all 10 people turn around to look at you with their 40 spells. No,
I knew it.
no, this seems to be, sure enough, in empty like side prayer chamber. You see several books that are in prayer books, obviously, that are stashed neatly in little alcoves here, some benches in here. It does look like some offerings of some sort have either been left here, or maybe it's just art objects or statuary that was here of the dwarven deities. But other than that, it seems to be pretty much unoccupied. This one is.
Excellent. So I'll go ahead and obviously I don't want to look like I'm bogarting the loot, so I'll gesture, all clear. I forget what is the all clear. Guido, you might know that. I know wrap it up, and I know advance, but I don't remember all clear. Okay, so.
just come with, basically.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It reminded me of that chart with like SWAT hag signals that are all wrong.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So.
No, I mean, if you want to stab the art objects in here, you can.
Yeah. No, they don't have to come with. I'm looting at least something.
Okay. So you grab 5 little statuettes that seem to either have some precious metals or gems in them.
Sweet. Could I ask you a huge favor, Third?
Okay.
Could you please write down what loot I got, because I don't have my character sheet?
Sure. I'll just write it down unless it's something that somebody would want to immediately use.
Okay. Thank you. So, I think we're good looting. Do you want to loot more? I'm feeling good. Of course, I rolled a freaking 19.
Yeah.
So
Darrow's giving you a look like, oh yeah, that's the way to do it.
yeah. Do a little bro fist with him.
Mm-hmm. No, he's like, don't hit me too hard. You might get poisoned. I have secrets all over my body.
Oh, good point.
He's just covered in poison.
It's okay. I'm a dwarf.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
Like, don't fall on me. If I fall down, I'm probably dead. I'm just going to poke myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Got it.
If I fall down and I'm bleeding, I'm not bleeding. That's poison. Don't touch it.
Got it. Your blood
Do
has
not
been replaced.
partake.
As a matter of fact, just don't touch me.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. So no, it's cool. It's cool. Jesus, dude, I was just trying to. I slug him.
That escalated quickly.
Suddenly there's a big fight. You fight the people helping you, and then
Yep. And then the guards are just standing over there eating popcorn.
No, the the big Duragar and looks over at the other place, and he flexes his muscles and makes a fist and looks questioningly at the group.
I gotta share this, Queen.
Okay.
Not now. I that's wow.
Oh, here it is.
Shut
Yes,
up
this
a
is the
second.
I brought the wrong ammo.
Yeah. Where I was like, Jesus, they're shooting at us.
This is what I think of your opinion.
That's great. That's great. All right, sorry.
I got a chance. They may have a chance. Oh, I forgot how good this was. All right.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm saving that. I know a lot of people are going to enjoy that.
Yeah. The bruiser is asking if he wanted to beat up the person in the other room.
Let's
what
avoid
does she
unnecessary
respond?
slaughter.
Yeah.
What's the response on that?
Yeah,
We do want to
Sonus
take
says,
over.
I agree. No use in just fighting with people praying.
Especially to such a venerated deity. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, you never told me.
No, I made mention of what the deity was. And
Especially to such a venerated deity.
Yeah.
I should probably roll charisma because that's a lie. Oh, thank God I rolled well. Because remember, I have a +0 charisma, so that's a 16.
Yeah, if you're a dwarf, you don't like this dude.
No, I don't.
Definitely one that got kicked out of the dwarven pantheon.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Okay. So she looks on at the other door, the one that continues on and motions.
Move
Let's
out.
see. And it says, we're out of here.
Yep.
And she looks at Liam and says, you first. Great.
I'll go listen at the door.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So perception 18.
Wow. We've been just knocking these out of the park. Like literally nothing has gone wrong because everybody's just rolling so well.
Yeah, no, I keep being freaked out because we're going to get to some horrible death doom thing, and it's going to be like 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like gambling. If there's a high, there's got to be a low.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Okay. So you listen, you hear some foot traffic. Does not sound armored, just sounds like normal boots on stone. Sounds like normal movement.
Is there a keyhole that I can look through or anything, or is it just a solid door?
For the chapel, there is not. It is a pretty solid. It's a circwood door, which is basically under dark wood. Very nicely polished, but it's a wood door. You suspect there's probably not a lock on purpose on this chapel place here.
Okay. I'll turn back to the group. Sounds safe.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do this.
We open the door. There's just a Balor just right there.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just relaxing on one of the sofas, just reading with reading glasses.
He's just, he looks up like,
In a robe, relaxing, feet up.
Mm-hmm. Got candles going.
Mm-hmm.
They smell like sulfur, obviously.
Exactly. All right. So you open the door. Liam, and only Liam, you see an individual in this hallway. There is a guard, obviously off duty, based on the way he is carrying himself. He's not actually standing in attention and whatnot. But he is armored up and just leaning against the side of the wall, seemingly enjoying something from the mess hall or the kitchen or something like that. And he's got a warhammer and a shield just perched against the wall right there. Has not noticed anyone.
I'm going to close the door so it's just like cracked open.
Mm-hmm.
And, wait, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to observe him for a moment from behind the crack in the door.
Okay. All right. So you wait for a moment. He continues to eat. After about 20-ish or so seconds, this door opens up right here, and you see a Darrow servant come out. and it has a what looks like a plate full of food. Very, very fancy looking stuff. I mean, being like nobility background, you recognize a plate that has been dressed up for style and not for actual substance. Like this is going to somebody who either paid a lot of money or is probably high up. You know, it's got the golden flakes and all that sort of stuff around it. And it shuffles off rather quickly down the hall in this direction and then opens the door up and just slips through the crack and then continues on shutting the door behind it. And it is of note, these places right here, these do actually start having like proper locks on them.
And the guard is still just standing there?
Yeah, he takes notice of the Diro just kind of like casually, but doesn't seem to really give, I mean, doesn't really seem to give a whole lot of notice other than that. It's like, oh, you know, serve it, whatever.
Okay.
We've got a guard in the hallway.
Oh.
He's one of the invisible ones.
The Diro takes out a thing of poison and says, 3 more shots left. You want to use another one? It's really fun.
Easy there, 47. We might have another idea.
Or the muscly one says we could just go in there and snap his neck.
I mean, he's nobility, so it's not like we'd lose anything.
Wow. Well, the distance to cover. So we'll be visible, even though they on approach.
What language was the priest speaking again?
The one you heard was in Dwarven.
It was Dwarven? Okay.
Yeah, that was Dwarven.
Mark, you're a dwarf.
Last I checked, yeah.
Everybody looks in surprise at Mark.
Wait a minute.
You found me out! I was the imposter, sorry.
Knew it.
I'm having a thought.
I run.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. What spell does this entail?
That's the beginning of the verbal component, fireball, right there.
His run?
Oh, I have an idea.
Oh, okay.
I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there are dwarven priestly garments in the church that we're in. If not, there's a priest who is likely wearing some.
Yeah, you didn't see any in the side room that you went in or the main room. They didn't seem to be just laying around here. It seemed to be more offerings than anything else, but there might be one in there. Who knows? On somebody, but...
What if you were to knock out the priest, steal his robes, and you could walk down the hallway unsuspiciously?
Yeah, I getcha. How... You said it's just going to be a strength athletics roll to knock someone out, right?
Yeah, so basically you can either try to just straight up like damage knock them out, which is your normal attack rolls, or if you want to try and choke them out, it is, you know, a strength athletics to do all the grappling and stuff.
Yeah.
Higher risk, but higher reward with that.
Yeah. Ironically, I think it would be so much safer. Okay. I'm really good at stealthing. I think I've proven that. But I'm a little hesitant on the knockout part, so that is the risk side. If you want to do it, I'll do it. But I like the idea. Just once we get there, who knows?
Yeah. I will say this, and you would know this, Mark, because I mean, you're a monk, of course. You know chokeholds, all that sort of stuff. Probably not incredibly easy to knock out Durgar because they're pretty naturally hardy.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a couple rounds of struggling, perhaps. Because you're basically going to have to set him to, you know, that timer until he falls unconscious due to lack of a constitution left to maintain consciousness, basically.
Yeah.
But
which again sounds like I should probably just punch the guy.
I mean, you can still do non-lethal damage with a punch.
Yeah,
yes.
no, exactly. And I can hit 3 times per round right now, I think.
We got 2 normal attacks, right?
Yeah, and then I've got
And
a
then-
bonus action, and then I've got the
If you flurry, you can hit 4 times.
Flurry,
but normally
that's
you can
it.
hit 3 times.
which is the key, right? Okay.
Yeah, don't waste
That's
your
right.
key yet.
I mean,
Now we got poison.
Yeah.
I feel like that's our options. I can burn some key, or we can burn a 500 gold poison.
What's our most powerful spell? Use it on this guy
Fireball.
in the hallway.
Actually, you know what?
Not the
would
main
be
boss.
Kind of fascinating. I think technically, don't do this, Guido. But if you cast fly on him, I know, and he's just like, whoa, and he's so disoriented by it, and then I go up and get him. You know, it's basically your idea from earlier. I just
It's just indoors. Is the only
indoors.
difference.
Yeah, it's even better. He bonked himself on the ceiling. It's gone. We're done. We did it. All right. Am I doing this? I've been rolling well, so you know what that means.
If we're trying to maintain stealth, I think it's a better idea.
Okay. So stealth roll first.
Yes, although I can't say I could possibly fail this.
I absolutely cannot. That's a
Challenge
16.
accepted.
It's a 16
Yeah.
on the dice.
16 on the
So
dice.
That's
Okay.
32 right now.
Yeah, there's no way he's even going to hear that door open.
So I'm there now.
So
And,
where's your dude? There's your dude. Which way do you want to go in?
I'll let one of my esteemed colleagues who can see the game.
Oh, you can't see the. Sorry,
Over there-ish.
Sorry.
It's
over there-ish. There we go.
somewhere. It's no,
My
it's fine,
bad.
Guido. I know it's fine. I'm not complaining. It's just I'm not complaining at you. I'm complaining at the game, which won't run. I guess I could try. I haven't tried it in like an hour. Let's try it again here. It'll actually run.
So
Magically
you
works this time.
creak open the door.
That would
No,
be
you don't
funny.
creak open the door. You silently open the door.
I was gonna
and
say
stealthily
creak.
just-
Excuse me.
well,
Yeah.
All right.
it's surprisingly creaky. And you see a Duragar kneeling in front of an altar. It looks like this is actually some sort of. You're corrected in there's a priest, but this seems to be a war priest. He currently has his helmet off, and you can see that there's just beads of sweat just rolling down his shaved head, like he is just in an intense concentration in prayer. He is kneeling, back to you. Has like armor on, although it seems to be much lighter than a normal plate. It's just like war priest vestments with a war hammer on the side, and absolutely has not noticed you at all. You do hear him. You do actually hear like the prayer proper now that you have this door open and listening. He is furiously praying for guidance in these trying times, as his clan is currently not doing so well. He seems to be very concerned, very, very concerned about that.
I have 3 options.
Mhm.
Chat, help me decide here as well. Option 1, we go for the chokehold. Option 2, I punch the living crap out of him. Option 3, I continue to sneak up to him and I start whispering advice.
Three is an odd option, but okay.
If one returns to the circle's front, one will know the truth. Or something super vague, right? Super vague. Return to the circle. What's the square where the drow are attacking right now? What's the location?
That would be what would that be? It's where all the embassies are. I forget the exact name of it, but that's where it is.
So I would be like the such and such embassy. Except preferably slightly more in character than that.
Oh, the such and such embassy. I know.
It's very well renowned. The Bob embassy. So Alex says I should hit him over the head with his own hammer. No. Love you, Cord, but no. See, the problem is all of these sound like they're going to fail. That's what's really bothering me here. All right, what kind of rolls would I be looking at if I go with option 3, third?
Option 3, that would be, I mean, that'd be a straight up either deception or performance, I think, in this case.
I have a +0 charisma, so I got that, and that's handled.
Actually, go ahead and make me an insight check as you're looking at this dwarf, since you've had some time studying.
I'm debating. I don't remember if I have a +3 or +4 to insight, so it's either an 18 or a 19.
Okay. So you're sitting here, watching him try and decide which way you should screw this guy up, and you notice something, and you kind of see something that touches on your demon hunter sense. You suspect this guy is a little bit touched in the head with demonic madness, just a little bit.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. So.
Yeah. So he may be a bit more susceptible to suggestion at the moment. But he's definitely suffering from a bit of madness.
I'm gonna do it. I've got a cord roll if I need it. This cord's right there. So let's do the whispers.
Go with mental damage.
Yep, I'm going to try to convince him that his future lies in the such and such court.
The Dark Lake District actually is the place.
There you go. Your future lies in the Dark Lake District. And of course, I sound dwarvenly, so I don't even have to bother with that.
This is true.
Okay, so this is a +0. That's important because I rolled an 18.
Okay.
I don't actually know if that's enough, but that's probably not getting much better if we're just being real.
We get 2 better.
Not like.
All right. So you're just creeping behind him, just whispering over his shoulder, saying these things into his ear. And he seems to, you can tell he's obviously hearing it just like faintly, because he starts to pray even harder and harder, and it starts to turn more towards your suggestion. And he's saying, yes, for my Glennis' sake, I must go to the Dark Lake District. Yes, the Dark Lake District. That is where you will show me your guidance. Yes, I understand. Are you trying to suggest him in any other way? Or is that...
I don't think I should push my luck on this, to be completely honest.
Okay.
So once he starts
get me a sandwich.
Extra cheese. No, once he starts going with it, I'm going to just kind of back off a little bit to re-hide, to make absolutely sure when he gets up and does whatever he's going to do, he doesn't see me. So, okay, hang on. I'm trying to figure out. I'm purple right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm over there. We're moving now. This is 30 seconds ago, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, getting back around the corner is exactly what I want to do. So if he's... So the idea here is either he's going to go out and he's no longer a problem, or he's going to come out right next to us and he's distracted and we can take him down. Mm-hmm. That's the goal here. So I'm poised. I've got a ready to action.
Yep. So you wait for just a little bit longer, and then it seems like he finishes up his prayer with fervor. And then you hear the warhammer scraping against the ground, the helmet being placed back on his head. And he's still under his breath muttering a prayer, more of a prayer of encouragement to himself, and just asking for more guidance. And he walks out with a purpose. He's laser focused on leaving, though. Like, especially with that shroud of silence around you, he's not even looking at that direction. He's heading out. He throws open the door and slams it.
Yeah, let's let him go. Just let him go.
And you hear someone shouting at him in Dwarven, asking why he hasn't fallen in with the normal ranks. And you hear him say in Dwarven just the equivalent of sawed off, and then stop.
Which in Dwarven, for those of you curious, is hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
He says, watch your back. Watch your back. And you hear stomping, another door slam, and then
Dwarven is have a good day.
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear the other dwarf. Yeah, you hear the other dwarf guard just cursing that dude, like he's kind of upset with him.
Now I gotta kill that guy.
Oh, this is gonna take a while.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
This guy to this guy to this guy to this guy.
I'm gonna walk up behind him. You should go follow him. You
No.
should. I'm just gonna make a chain of people.
Just hours later.
Yeah. It's just there's 500 dwarves in the Lake district or whatever. I felt like I should be
I don't
here.
know why.
Today.
I heard the voice.
The voice was speaking to me. And what's funny is the way that the general consensus of psychology would work. They'd probably all be reconfirming it with each other. Like, yeah, I heard it too.
Yeah, totally.
I did. It's he spoke to us. Yes. No. Anyways, all right. So
Feed the madness.
yes. Yeah. Remember, there's this demon aura going over this place right now too. So that's fun. All right. No, Tyron. No, it's cool. We're cool. So is that door locked?
No.
I'm going south. Okay. So I can do another stealth roll. Let me just. Oh, thank God. All right. So that's a bajillion.
Okay, perfect. Bajillion.
I think that's actually
exactly the number you needed.
No, that's 33, I think. Yes,
Okay, I
33.
believe you. All right, yeah, you see the other dude. He's actually has contents of his spilled food on the floor, as if the other one knocked over the pan. He was invisible. He couldn't see him.
Yes, that would do it.
And he is cursing and looking at the kitchen. And he's no longer invisible. He had his
Which
concentration
direction
broken.
Is the invisible? There's the kitchen.
It's over here.
It's
And he is shouting for a servant to come out here and clean up this mess.
okay. So he's distracted and looking to the west at the moment.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go for it. So let's sneak right up on him.
Oh, okay.
And is the door he's shouting through currently open?
It is cracked open, yes.
Okay, so what I want to do is grapple him, and I want to do, I know this doesn't exist in 5th edition, but I don't care. I want to do a called shot to grapple his mouth.
Okay.
And I want to successfully grapple him via his mouth. I just realized what that sounds like. I'm not playing a bard, I swear. I want to grapple him via his mouth, and I want to yank him back into the chamber as quickly as I can. That's
okay.
The process. So what do you want me to roll? What do I got to do?
So sensing what you're doing, the big guy will follow you and grant you advantage as he tries to help you out with this.
Awesome.
So this is straight up strength athletics.
Oh my!
Oh, thank God I have advantage.
Mhm.
That was a 3. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's a 21.
Okay.
That was gonna be bad if I failed that one. All right, so yeah, no, the goal, like I'm trying to get him around his mouth. If you get him,
Yep. So you catch him completely off guard. He is. You wait for him to finish a sentence so it doesn't just cut off in the middle of it.
Yep.
And then you can tell that he is trained to react quickly to situations of surprise.
Oh yeah.
But not quickly enough. You grab him around and he is silenced and briefly stunned for the moment as you have grabbed him and you're pulling him into the room, or he's oh. Bless you.
Damn it. Sneezes are different now. It's weird.
Does it just all come out?
No, it's hard to explain because it used to be mostly the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's not.
Oh, I see.
It's like there's a shotgun going out my nose. Oh wow! All right, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just sneezing. We drag his ass back. Let's snap him in half. Kill him.
All right. So let's see. All
And
right.
as bloodlessly as we can.
All right. So you got a surprise round in this dude. I'll go ahead and do the demo first. He's not using his poison. But Liam, you don't have any melee stuff. Everything's like spells and stuff, right?
I've got my my staff,
Okay.
and I think I've got
And
something else.
+1 to hit.
Yeah, quarterstaff, +3. So
Okay. Well, everyone roll some beat 'em ups.
oh God, what is that zombie movie with Shaun of the Dead?
Oh yeah.
The scene with in the bar with the music going off in the background. They're all beating the zombie with the like pool cues.
Pretty much. Like he just gets dragged in the back, and there's like 5 guys just ready to go.
I assume I'm exempt from this because I'm holding him.
Actually not. If you have multiple attacks, a grapple can replace one of the attacks.
Okay. So that's a 20.
Definitely hits. I just basically need to find out if you do enough damage to take him down in one round, if you have to maintain the grapple.
Am I a D6 or a D4 or D8 right now?
I would have to check. I want to say D6.
I think I'm D6 too. I don't remember when I go up to D8. I know I'm past D4. I think I'm past D4.
Oh yeah. You're D6.
Okay.
All right. So Darrow will. Darrow stabs him.
Okay.
You know, as one does, right? At least it's not poisoned. You notice the psionicist makes like a stabbing motion, like they have a dagger or some sort of piercing weapon, but there seems to be no weapon, but it seems to affect him as if somebody drove a knife into the back of his spine, almost like he just kind of seizes up. Okay. What have you got, Mark?
Sorry, I knew I had something else plus 2 damage, and I have that +1 magical weapon thing that we got forever ago, and that's what I was looking for.
Yes.
That's going to push me up to 16.
Okay. No, that's sufficient.
Boom! Just right in the throat.
Oof.
I should
actually
point out I am doing subdual. I am trying to take him.
Yep. No, that's fine. So actually, with the Darrow, the psionicist, and your blows, that is actually enough to take him down just then and there.
Okay.
Without additional stuff.
Oh, okay.
So stab, psionic stab, and then pummel, and he goes rigid and limp in your arm, unconscious.
So swiftly start taking off his clothes.
Okay. So it is chainmail. So I mean that's their uniform. It is a chainmail uniform.
I just realized this is really stupid. I can't pass for a dweller, can I?
No.
Yeah, no. I was just I was like, that was where I was going with that, and I just pictured a dweller in my head. I was like, wait, that's not happening.
I mean, if you got a helmet or something on, which this one does have, then perhaps.
I'll poll the team. I'll be. Do you want me to impersonate, or do you want one of you to impersonate?
Psionicist says, "How good are you in impersonating a deception?"
I'm terrible at it. I'm not a good liar.
No, then.
That's why I'm asking if any of you are much better at it.
That's my response in character.
Yeah, Psionicist says, "I'd prefer not to don Stoneguard's armor."
Okay. No.
And Boris says, "I don't think it'll fit."
Okay. Cool. So I snap his neck. All right.
Yep. There it is.
No, that means, and I'm going to tell them this. There's going to be a servant coming with fresh food in a short amount of time. Then, so I'm going to sneak back out there.
Okay.
Get ready for that door to open.
We could just bypass the whole thing before he shows up, and
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hear, because he's probably not sneaking, right? He was just ordered to come get food, so I should probably be able to detect him pretty easily. And if he's still fussing around the kitchen, I'll be like, "Yeah, let's go." And if he's coming to the door, yeah. So So,
Okay, so in the meantime, the limp body that we just took all the clothes off of, let's go ahead and stash him.
no, let's keep his clothes on. Let's keep his clothes on.
Okay.
Just took the clothes off and threw him in the corner.
You know, actually,
he wakes up. It's like, I don't understand.
what happened? All right. Yeah, it's
Put him in the priest's quarters.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
the guy who just left.
Yeah.
The guy who just left.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's stash him in there. That's a great
Yep.
idea, legitimately. Okay.
Okay.
So that's like a 28 to stealth.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my worst
No
roll yet.
problem. No problem.
So hearing, that's a 20 or a 21.
Oof, that is really good. All right. So you hear the bustle and sounds of a kitchen. Doesn't sound nearly as busy as it should. Probably only a few people running it. You don't hear any pitter patter of anyone coming. There's still food splayed out on the floor. So they either didn't hear, or they're not coming immediately, or they don't care. Something.
Okay, well, let me look at my list of terrible gestures here.
Yes. Wait for it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, what's the signal for ham sandwich?
Yes. There's no way I'm going in there. There's no. So this is what I think of your opinion, and no, let's. I signal that my battery's dead. That's what I do here.
Bearded thug ahead.
I pull the all clear. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody files into the hallway. Darrow picks up a bit of the food and starts eating it as you come in.
I grab a bit too.
It's really good, actually.
Oh wow! I
Yeah.
expected it to be crap. I take a little more.
Yeah. This is some high class stuff.
Wow. We need to. I want to have this like on at least like a weekly basis. You know,
Mhm.
can I have that?
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, and you know those Underdark yaks that the Roth meat, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It looks like somebody actually figured out in this kitchen how to prepare this properly, how to spice it properly. They've got
wow.
there's some fungi in here, but it's like, oh, this is not trail ration fungi. This is actually stuff that
Yeah,
tastes good.
I was going to say to any of
That's
my viewers, or any of my viewers, wow, any of Guido's viewers right now who are thinking, Laura, what are you doing? We've been eating like random fungus for
Mhm.
weeks. Just weeks of living off of the land in the Underdark. So I'm taking another bite.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
going to offer some
straight
to
from
Taston. I'm going to offer some to Liam.
yeah, scavenged rations straight to Palace Kitchen.
Yeah.
Um,
Liam is like, this is less than what I'm used to.
no, this is what I'm accustomed to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then you don't get it. Give me that back.
Uh,
Throw that up right now.
Just think it'd be funny if you looked up and Darrow was staring at you through the door as all 6 of you were just going.
More, please. No, I pulled the barrel. Okay, so you get to live if you bring us more. That's how this is going to work out.
I mean, there is more in the other room.
There you go. Okay, no. Take a bite. Let's go. Where are we going? I can't see the map. I'm sorry. Guido, could you pad down just a little bit, please? I'm sorry to keep being a bother about this.
no.
Treasure was the stew we found along the way.
Okay, and that on the far left is our destination, right? If I'm remembering correctly. You pointed it out earlier. The dude we're replacing. Yeah, it's still marked. Yep, it's still there. I'm right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a long road.
Wow. Well, let's get up to the door. Let's do a
No,
listen check.
no, stop that.
Like, big room. Oh no!
It's- I mean, unless so we looked over the plan, so we know what we're looking at, so we have a bit of a mental map. And if I'm reading this correctly, there is no other way up, right?
Well, there is a way up, which is back at the very back of the chapel. That does go directly away from where you are wanting to go. But if you want to see if there's another way around, you, of course, can.
I will posit this option to the group. It's like, well, big room or exploring.
The Darrow says, "Oh, I love exploring."
Okay, so let's go for the big room.
All right, I'll ask the psionic. Do you know what's on the third floor?
She says, third floor is mainly the residence of the Deep King. Not much is known about that, but we do know that is where he and his consort stay. His trusted advisor would also be there as well, although they are likely down in the council chambers at the moment discussing what is going on. Personal belongings, bathing, also the entrance to the treasure vault, although what the fences there are there, I do not know.
There's no way there's a shortcut.
There might be. If there is, it's likely secret. I do know that there is supposedly a way from the treasure vault down to all of the floors, but it is full of secrets and traps, and it is not a way that I know about.
Sounds like a bad idea, Mark.
Okay. Well, big room it is then.
Aye.
Let's do the ear roll. The thing that I do with my ears. That's not a great roll.
Ooh,
So
natural
that's
19.
Oh, thank God. So say mine's at a 9-ish.
All right, so Mark, you don't necessarily hear anything. Liam, sounds like you got a good roll.
22 total.
Okay, so the listen check. You hear boots and armor moving through this room. Sounds like several of them. And with that roll, you can tell that they are heading in a somewhat hurried manner, and they are going from, and I'm just going to use this perspective on the map. They are going in this direction.
Okay.
You do also hear some chatter as well. Sounds like Duragar instructing servants to get various items for them. You can hear mentions of, like Warhammer or polish or sword, things like that. Sounds like gear or actions that they're supposed to take. Yeah, it seems like there's a host of people moving through here. Definitely not unoccupied.
I look up to Liam Manning.
Sounds like there's a squad of troops moving east to west.
Right. And that's where we're going to.
Aye.
So we can wait, or we can not wait. Sounds like our options. How long is this going to last? And I gesture to this silence thing we got going on.
It drops about no.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Okay.
Perfect.
No. She will say this will last about an hour. Well, less now, but
Yeah, yes, I understand. I mean, I think we can afford to wait at least a few minutes.
I agree.
you wait a few
see what
minutes
the route is.
listening further, and the din dies down after a couple of minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and peek. If I die, make sure my demonic energy is well used.
You got it.
Thank you. Oh, and
Okay.
Dawnbreaker, Dawnbringer, excuse me. You have my permission to purify my corpse. Okay.
Oh, mentally filing that away.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Well, shoot. Anyway, so that's a 33 on stealth.
Okay. So, Mark, you look in through the door, and you see an entirely empty room. There are pillars. This looks like a gathering/assembly area, very military. There's a huge symbol on the floor, which of course you can see here. And there are several statues of warriors, Duragar warriors dressed in some elaborate Stoneguard gear. Along the side, you can hear what sounds like some talking and more gear gathering and such coming from the eastern area over here, although it's on the other side of the door. But in order to be able to hear it from here, it's probably quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm going to gesture for Liam to come over with his elf eyes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Liam.
there it is.
Yes, Liam, you see some guards in here.
Okay. Yeah.
There are guards. There are 4 of them standing at attention. These are similar to the stone guard that you assaulted before. They have shields, scale mail, war hammers. Of course, they are invisible, as you have probably guessed at this point in time. And they seem to be a little bit nervous, like they're not really sure what's happening, or they know what's happening and it's unsettling. Who knows? But on their faces, you can tell that they are showing some of that emotion.
They're on the lower level.
That is correct.
Okay. That upper level, it looks like there's a railing of some kind.
Mhm.
Is that a solid wall, or is it
Yeah,
Would it
it
be
is solid, although it's not like very high, especially for a Duragar facility. So in order to be unseen, you'd basically be crawling.
So it's waist high to a dwarf
Yeah, kind of.
along this section.
It seems more that it's there for OSHA requirements than anything else.
Safety in the stairway.
I was kind of thinking the same direction, Guido. Like, I feel like this is either a fight, or we can try to all of us sneak over to that spot and then hop down and then go through, which is going to be a hell of a stealth check. But that seems to be our options.
Wait, isn't okay? Maybe I'm not saying this correctly. So this area is an upper railing,
yes.
correct?
Mhm.
Okay. This is the door we need to make it to,
Yes.
which is on the upper railing.
Yes.
We wouldn't have to
Oh,
technically go down at all.
I was
then,
seeing that
No,
completely.
I just want to make
I
sure.
thought the path
Am I
was
seeing this
under.
correctly?
I thought we had to get down and then go under. Okay, so never mind. Okay, stealth rolls. Let's do it. That's greatly sympathizes from.
Yeah. No, this is like the gathering area. You surmise they were probably doing final inspections and checks before they headed out the same way you're going.
So so with that in mind, we have 2 options: the stealthiest person can go first, or where's Guido, or the least stealthiest person can go first.
I would say let the least stealthy person go first.
Okay, I'll just chill here.
So my stealth is +4, but my dex is not my best stat. So
I actually have a +3 to stealth.
Wow.
okay.
That's impressive.
I know.
What's the big guy's stealth?
-5
better than you'd think. Yeah, it's actually a straight roll for him.
So he should probably go first. And by first, I mean he goes in front, and I just realized we have to go as a group, so this is a stupid statement anyways.
Oh yeah, because of
the stupid...
Yep.
Look, I'm still recovering. Give me a break.
No, it's fine because I didn't catch it either.
Wow. What are the chances? I rolled for the NPC group, triple 11s.
wow.
Okay, I rolled an 11 on my dice.
Okay, let's see if I get an 11.
Divine guidance.
I got a 15, so that's
okay,
any fun.
it's broken.
I know, I broke it. Sorry.
That's still a 27 in my case.
Yeah, so I got a 16, so 19, so 29.
Okay. Are we
And
good?
we
GM?
float.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
Like a butterfly. Tiny real quick. Okay. So as you're coming around the corner, you're kind of doing the duck walk, and you see Liam, someone not hiding very well while invisible, on the upper side of this statue has not spotted the party because you all rolled well enough. There is a tiny reddish little imp creature with a stinger tail who seems to be doing a stakeout on the other side of the statue and looks bored, but is just keeping a lookout of this assembly area. And you know an imp when you see one. But Liam, you're the only one who can see him.
I'm going to pretend like I don't.
Okay. I will let you make a deception check with advantage since this is... Well, actually, it doesn't really matter since he can't see you anyway. So, you fool him, but he can't see you.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah, that just seems to be a little imp hanging out there. And you get on past. Nobody makes any sounds as you come around. You kind of have to go single file here in order to get through, but you do, and you come to this other door. You don't hear anything with your passive on the other side. But if someone would like to make a check, they can.
Yeah, I'm totally doing that. 17?
17.
Or 18. I'm just going to assume the lower right now.
Okay. Nothing that you can hear on the other side.
I spin kick the door open.
All right.
Kool-Aid man through.
Yep. Stealth check on opening the door. A 20.
Wow.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a 30.
You remove the door very silently and set it to the side.
Yes.
On its hinges.
Off
Apparently.
the hinges. All right.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
God dang. This is scaring me. When we get to actual combat, I'm just gonna roll 2s.
Yeah, you're just blowing all the good rolls.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get through half the dungeon, and that's when my luck's gonna run out.
Mm-hmm.
No, it'll be when we do the boss battle.
Yeah, exactly. On the boss fight. All right. So anything? Sorry, Liam. I pulled Liam over. Anything down here? I hold him up like a flashlight. Anything?
There are.
I cast prestidigitate. Flashlight.
Flashbang.
No, you see there don't seem to be any invisible guards or any invisible door guard that you can see. You do hear like excited talking coming from the room over here. You can just barely hear it through what's probably the door in the hallway. Sounds like someone not shouting at somebody, but very agitated. Can't quite make out what it is from here, though. No invisible stuff, though, as far as you can tell.
Well, I'm sure you guys can hear that as well as I can, but there's nothing to see here.
Okay.
Let's there's just a hallway. Rush the hallway.
Well, I'm thinking we should skip up to a better visual point here.
Yeah.
Look left, right. If it's clear.
Those two side things worry me.
I don't trust them at all. Yeah. So, but then if that's clear, then make for the stairs and call this floor good.
So I've got the stealth and the reflex, so I'll do it again. I'll take point, and I'm gonna go up to the corner.
Just
and the idea here is I'll cartwheel up to the corner, and then I'm gonna very carefully shove my entire head through the area so I can see what we're looking at.
Okay.
And so what I have to roll to not have my head chopped off?
There isn't anything you can roll to that to not happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep. I accept.
No, you may make a perception if you would like, if you're wanting to do some looks around.
20.
Actually, what you roll is have Liam look.
I mean, yeah. So
we'll say you're both up there looking.
Do I see anything? Okay, Liam, do you see anything?
I don't know.
I'm looking for traps and stuff. You're looking for people.
Yes,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So I got a 22 on mine.
Yep. So a couple things that you notice. We'll start with you, Mark. You notice that there are some very odd mechanisms at the ends of either one of these very narrow corridors in the wall. Looks like some sort of mechanical device that's designed to, for lack of a better term, expel projectiles.
I've seen Indiana Jones. I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And Liam, I need to look at something real quick. Let's see. Oh, Liam, what is your investigation bonus?
+7.
+7. Oh, okay. Yep, that's good. So your passive investigation picks something up. You see a almost it's not invisible, it's just very cleverly hidden to the naked eye. And it requires someone with the ability to understand exactly what they're looking at in order to tell that it's out of place, which is why it's an investigation. On the wall here, and the wall here, there are magical glyphs inscribed on them. Now, you know, just from your arcane studies, just baseline, that generally means that these are probably warding glyphs of some type, but they could do practically anything and trigger practically in any circumstance. So without further investigation or knowledge or something of that sort, that's what you know at the moment.
Can I do an arcane check?
You may do an arcane check.
Never seen these before.
What did you get?
With my +7, I rolled an 8.
Right. So these are apparently some Duragar specific ones. So you're not quite sure what these symbols mean. So all you know is that there's some sort of trigger, some sort of effect. It's basically anything you can define. You know the effect will have to be either an explosion or a spell of some sort. Or if it's custom, it could do something else. But those are the two general characteristics you know about.
Likely one of those two, yeah.
Hang on. I've got this. I kind of zoom in on one of the runes. I start reading it, and it says, I prepared explosive runes this morning.
Boom. No.
Yeah.
Such an awful trap.
I love that trap. It's so stupid too.
So somebody redid a trap similar to that in a published module, which fortunately I got to run. What happened is that normally in a module you give out clues for certain things, and it was a mystery, and they actually had these clues that you could print out and give to people. And one of them was if they said this clue out loud, the clue blew up. So literally, if the player says it out loud, it blows up. And somebody literally took it and he's like, I wonder what blah, blah, blah means. It's great.
But yeah, I'll point out the runes. Most likely they'll trigger an explosion or some kind of trap. But I've never seen this this configuration before, so I don't know what exactly.
Well, that's the only way forwards. So let's do the obvious thing first. Pebble.
You look back, and all three of the other people with you are just like peering through the doorway, looking expectantly.
Hold up. Danger. This way. Okay, so yeah, no, I do. I toss the pebble through the hallway, just lightly.
Okay.
I want to see if
boom.
Just a chain reaction.
Yeah, the whole castle is lined with C4. All right.
Yeah. So
Like
you
Expendables.
toss something, the pebble through here, and it hits the floor, rolls a little bit, and then comes to a stop.
That's actually more worrisome than I thought it would be.
Hey, Mark, do you see that at the end of the hallway?
I look.
I push him.
Good God.
I tumble with it. I roll with it. Literally.
Were you pushing him?
Just into the hallway, between the two runes. Just
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I roll.
So you wanted to play a warlock, right?
Yeah, I wanted to play Warlock. He's in the next room, actually. He's just like, what was that sound? And Marcaro walks out.
So
The
you
Warger.
feel like you get pushed through some sort of like field of resistance.
God.
It just kind of passes over you, and then you roll with it and then come up, just expecting something. Nothing.
I think it was a detection, like a warning thing.
So they know we're here.
So herp. Herp. I'm gonna
Herp.
gesture to the people through the door. Herp, let's go. Let's go. We're
on the clock.
Yep. The GM is counting the turns.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Wow!
Oh,
That's too
jeez.
few. That's too few. That's too few.
The Tarrasque comes through the hallway.
There's that. That's my warlock.
It's a big hallway.
It's okay.
All right,
It's
so the
Dr.
other one settled in there since you seem to be
going straight. I'm not screwing on anymore. We go straight to the staircase.
go straight. All right, so
Look
Mark's sitting
around.
there.
Look up.
thank you, Cord.
Grab Mark. Pull him. And Mark. I'm Mark.
Wow.
Grab Liam.
Technically.
I grab Mark. And then I realize I'm grabbing the rook up. Then I grab Liam, and I'm like, all right, anything up the staircase.
So hold on a second. Let's see. So who's going
No.
second?
No, it's Liam's going second.
Liam's going second.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Put
right,
me through this
Liam.
thing. You're going second.
So you go through, and at Liam, you actually feel that that electricity, and you know a little bit more that's the detection, some sort of divination magic touching you. But something different happens when Liam goes through.
Wild magic.
No, actually, the glyphs go off,
Okay.
and
Well, shit.
yeah,
So dwarves don't set it off, but
dwarves don't set it off.
Interesting.
That's right. It's a racist glyph.
I post all its tweets, all of them, like 5 years ago.
yeah.
So
Does that cancel the glyph?
Liam, I need you to please make a dexterity saving throw.
I love the way you phrased that. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
I might. Let's see. What's my dex?
We might need you on this one, Cord.
So that is a 16.
A 16. That's very good. Okay. So what is happening is walls of stone are springing into existence down throughout these hallways right here. You have made the save. Which side would you like to end up on?
Yet.
The far side with Mark.
The far side with Mark. Okay.
Thank you for not stranding me over here.
Yep.
Out of curiosity, if he didn't make the save, does it just go through him and bisect him?
Yeah, he just dies. No.
And he's just there in between the walls now.
No, it at that point I basically just roll randomly to see which side he goes through.
Okay.
No, actually no. Yeah, no, that's right. Because wall of stone by itself doesn't do any damage. It's just that dexterity allows you to avoid being like forcefully trapped by it. All right, so question. It is 11:30.
Yeah.
And some stuff's about to happen.
No, we're screwed. No, this is.
Yeah.
Do we want to pause for right now?
Can't get through. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's going to be different.
okay. Yeah, because as that goes up, there is a shrill whistle that occurs.
Yep.
Mhm.
The thing I assumed happened last round.
Yes. It seems to originate from the glyph on the far side over here. And we'll resume next time to see what results from that.